Alright, what's going on everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, welcome back to another Division video. It is Friday, time for the weekly vendor reset. You know what that means, I'll go from place to place, easy checkpoint to checkpoint to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division, to save you guys the time and the trouble. So, if the video is helpful, drop a like on it, it's much appreciated, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content, and of course, the Division 2. Now, reminder, double check the terminal and Camp Clinton's blueprints vendor, because if you do own a blueprint, then it goes across all characters and you can't see all of them. As you can see here, I have 3256 blueprints that I can see. That means there is still another weapon other than the snub-nosed rhino and a few other things. You know, there could be electronics mods, attachments, so on and so on. So somebody commented about that last week, so just to clear up any confusion, it's 256 and up pretty much that I own everything of, so I cannot see it. Double check there just in case the weapon is good, or like I said, electronics mods, firearms mods, something that you can craft up. You know, it might be there that you might want or need. Now, in terms of the exotics, if I leave out Camp Clinton or I leave some out here down in the terminal, it's just because they weren't worth taking a look at. That is all. Trust me, I've been playing the game long enough to know what people want at this point, at least for the most part. So, the Liberator is not that great. Cassidy is okay if you want to run the double Cassidy. 323% stagger with Vicious, Deadly, and Boomstick. Historian, nope. Centurion, not terrible if you want to run it with the Liberator for the Free Republic talent. Vicious and Expert. Anything else? I mean, I know nobody uses the tactical UMP, but that's actually a decent one. I would reroll Hurried for something else. And I don't know about down here. I know people like to see just down here for some reason, so I will scroll through this. Everywhere else, I will point at the best stuff. If you really need a Reckless Chestplate, you could pick this one up and either reroll Skill Haste or the EDR for health. If not, just wait until one drops in the open world. They're not hard to get. No Savage. Oh! 267 stamina with over 3000 skill power. I would pick some of those up if you do need them. And 2% pulse crit hit damage prototype performance mod. That is a max roll, so pick that up if you like to run pulse. And that's it for downstairs. Let's hope that everything else is good for the rest of this week. Okay, upstairs at the armory, especially if you are a new or returning player to the Division, you may want to pick this up despite the score on it. Lightweight M4, 21% enemy armor damage, brutal, responsive, and dominant. Dominant is in the free slot, so you can reroll that for whatever talent you wish, and if you want to, make use out of it in either PvE or PvP if you can land those headshots.
Take care.
Alright, your next stop will be at Camp Clinton. So again, double check this vendor here. I already did, and I have the 256 blueprints, so I don't know what is there. In terms of the exotics over here this week, though, not as terrible as last week. So the Liberator, again, terrible score, but you have to optimize that. Anyways, 20% enemy armor damage, ferocious, brutal, vicious. You could keep that as is if you wanted to, or reroll it however you wish. The Cassidy has responsive, boomstick, talented. I would get rid of talented obviously for something like deadly, and 328% stagger. Not too bad. Very low score, so again, you have to optimize that. The Pecan, same thing. It's got vicious, pecan, and accurate. Accurate is what I would get rid of. 21% damage to targets out of cover, and then again, optimize it. I sound like a broken record, but yeah. So those are here. The rolls aren't bad, but the score is pretty terrible. So I mean, pick them up if you absolutely want them and in are dire need, and that's that. I've had a couple people ask me for smart cover mods. There's one here, 5% smart cover duration. Pick it up if you need it. Finally, Extended Mag, 119.5% mag size, 4% crit damage, and 5.2% rate of fire. So there's a bit of a better one, you know, that you could pick up if you don't have something that's at 120. So grab that if you need it.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
Okay, now making our way into the dark zone. That was everything for sale in the light zone. First stop is East 31st Street. There is one item for sale here. And this is Vigorous Chestplate. 1247 electronics, 8% skill haste, 5% enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity in the minor. You could leave it as is if you want to, or reroll either skill haste or enemy armor damage for health. Optimize it, and you have yourself a good Vigorous Chestplate. Also, that Stamina mod, it's not too bad. It's under 3000 skill power. Pick it up if you're absolutely desperate. Alright, up at East 53rd Street, there is again one item for sale here, and it is a prototype performance mod, 2% pulse critical hit chance. So again, if you like to stack your crit chance and crit damage, I would go ahead and pick that up. In terms real quick of the last electronics mod, the reason why I skimmed over it so quickly was, again, it had under 3000 skill power, so it really wasn't something I would recommend buying unless you're absolutely desperate. 263 electronics and under 3000 skill power, so I mean, grab that if you really want to. Other than that, just pass. Wait till one drops in the open world somewhere. Alright, and for the final stop of the week is at the Park Ave checkpoint in the Dark Zone. He has one item for sale, which is a military M60 with a very low score on it, but 21% damage to targets out of cover. Predatory, unforgiving, and ferocious. That is actually a perfect setup for PvE, and especially if you're solo with predatory. But you can leave that as is, reroll it. The choice is yours. Pick it up if you absolutely need an M60. So, but there you have it, guys. That is everything for sale this week in the division. Really slim pickings this week. Hopefully next week will be better, especially when, you know, we have the next global event coming up pretty soon, I would imagine. So, yeah, fingers crossed that we get some good loot in the future. Anyways, I hope there was something there that you did need or want, and that the video was, again, helpful. So, if it was, hit that like button, and don't forget that you can always follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube will be at the end of the video. Other than that, have a great week, agents. You guys are awesome. I'll see you soon. Andrew, that one was for you right there.